a class of tribal war.
William Wallace? Can't be. Not tall enough.
The Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people. Where is thy salute?
For presenting yourselves on this battlefield, I give you thanks.
This is our army. To join it, you give homage.
I give homage to Scotland. And if this is your army, why does it go?
We didn't come here to fight for them.
Oh, the English are too many.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
Fight against that? No! We will run.
And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
In 1971, Richard Nixon. Okay, they brought the drugs in. There's a new movie coming out talking about the To Kill the Messenger. You need to see that. First of all, we need to give our children the history of why we're in our condition. The point just at the young black people and say that you should stop black on black crime, stop killing one another. They need to understand that they are in fact a product of a war. Okay, and while many of us were walking around with our briefcases in the corporate America, they were bringing drugs into our community, and we weren't teaching our children the history of the struggle because we don't want our children to go to the high school and be angry with white people. So we went to sleep. We put our community to sleep because we accepted integration, and we didn't want to cause no ripples. We thought we were going to get there. Then for 6 years, we've had a black man as president. We didn't want to cause no more trouble. We don't cause no trouble. But look what the white man has done, just killing us outright. So first of all, we got to come up front to our children and say, we are sorry. We blew it in the 60s. We had a choice, separation or integration. We as a people made a mistake. And tell our children we are sorry.
Bravo 2 actual. Adjustment follows.
You ignorant asshole! What the fuck coordinates you given?
You waste a lot of people up there with your fucked up fire mission. You know that? You know that? Ah, shit.
Red leg, River Bravo 2, check your fire, check your fire.
Let's show our children now we're going to build a world for you. We're going to give you a job. We're going to retrain you. They took all the training out of high school on purpose. They knew what they were doing, so you come out, you don't have nothing that you can do on your own. We got to tell them we are sorry as a people. We made a mistake. Forgive us. We'll do better. Give us a chance.
For them to successfully educate your child is to get them put in college. And college only equals debt for black folks. Has high school succeeded or failed your baby? Are you aware that we have only over 2 million black folks in America with bachelor's, master's, doctorate, postdoctorate, and can't even get a job? That's right. And you telling me sending your child to college is the solution? White men say they want the degree. They think getting a degree going to make them equal with us. Give it to them. So you go, get your associates, come back. They say you're not qualified enough. You go back 2 more years, get your bachelor's, come back. You're not qualified enough. Go back 2 more years, get that master's. You're not qualified enough. Go back, get a second master, third master. Damn, I might as well just get the doctorate. Come back, I'm a doctor. First you was underqualified. Now you. How about they wasn't going to hire your ass anyway? So they kept sending you in circles, hoping you wouldn't come back. But because you were so committed to improving your life, you kept on getting extra degrees, only to find out in the final analysis it wasn't about your education. Not at all. It was about white supremacy.
You gotta understand white racism. You gotta understand white supremacy. And a lot of you don't understand it. It's the invisible giant. It influences every day of your life, but you can't see it because the new racism, Milwaukee, the new racism is to act like there is no racism. So if you cannot see it, it'll occur right in front of your face and run circles around you. I had a black man tell me, well, maybe if white folk accept Islam, racism will go away. I said, Negro, you crazy. Then somebody else told me, maybe they accept Jesus, racism will go away. Somebody else told me, once we educated white folk on the greatness of ancient African civilization, once they knew that we built the pyramids and charted the skies and developed every single discipline in the world, maybe they will respect us better. I said, brother, let me explain something to you. The more white people learn of your greatness, the more racist they will become. White supremacy is not about ignorance. White supremacy is not about religion. White supremacy is about power. We want to rule, we want to control. And guess what, black people? It's not even personal. Some of you got white friends and co-workers and y'all get along all right, and that's okay, but guess what? That's personal. When it comes to the business of keeping white folks in charge of the banks of Milwaukee, things change. When it comes to the business of making sure they control the housing market, things change. When it comes to the business of making sure they control the teacher hiring process in Milwaukee schools, things change. You think because you got a next door neighbor who's European, or y'all might go to lunch and shoot a little pool, or you might date his sister, or you might date her brother, and somehow that means they not racist. Because you're confusing personal with political. In other words, the best racist loves being around black people.
The problem with our community is we don't have a socialization process. We wonder why so many males become homosexual. Because the homosexuals have a socialization process for your child. We wonder why so many children drop out of high school. Because the school district has a socialization process for your child. They can almost predict that they're going to leave in 9th grade because they socialize them that way. The Army has a socialization process for your child. That's why once they enroll, they consider themselves Army men and Marine men until the day that they die. Even when they sleep, they have it in their mind because they're socialized to do that. You do not have a socialization apparatus in place. As a result, your children don't even belong to you. You think they do. We got to get back to ownership, because until you own, you don't control. And we got to make sure we influence our children to become owners of whatever industry they decide to pursue. If a child wants to be a doctor, you got to give us another black hospital, because we ain't had one. You understand? If a child wants to fly airplanes, you got to give us that black airline. Okay, if you want to be a lawyer, you got to own your own firm. We got to stop making our kids think it's comfortable to serve white people as long as you're making 6 figures. We are not after profit. This is where we mess up. Profit is not our goal. No. Power and control is. See, you don't have to be rich when you have power and control. Look at all the money black folks got. You understand? But you have no power. White man got power. He don't need the cash, because if I'm rich, excuse me, if I'm powerful, I don't need money. I can make you do what I want done anyway. Money is unnecessary. Money is for people without power. Right. We need the power and we need the wealth. We keep telling our kids that money is power. No, wealth is power. We got to take the money and translate it into business, real estate, property, investments. Always make the joke. Give me an Oriental kid and a black kid. I'm going to get an Oriental kid $1 million. I'm going to get a black kid $1 million, and I'm going to come back 10 years later. The Oriental kid will probably have tripled that money. He will own businesses, international conglomerates. You know what? That black kid will have about 4 or 5 trucks, some old rusty-ass rims on them, a whole bunch of old played-out sweatsuits, old chains and sneakers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You see that? All we want to do is spend money.
Most of the black folk in corporate America are satisfied because they're able to now have a nice car, decent home, and a little bit of money. They don't have much money in the bank, but a little bit of money in their 401k plan.